What's up, family? It's me, your boy, your urban sports guru, and I'm here first of all to wish everybody a happy Christmas here on this Christmas Eve. I want to give you my reaction to everything that I saw in Week 16. It was a great week of football, and let me give you my reaction to what I saw. Let's start off with what I seen with Washington and Tennessee that happened on Saturday. That actually was a real good football game, and Tennessee rode Derrick Henry as they should. And Adrian Peterson had a great football game. Shout out to Josh Johnson. He played well, just threw the pick at the end. And Tennessee got a chance to play for the division. Got a chance to play for the playoff spot next week against Indy. I'm really looking forward to see that game. Blaine Gabbert might actually be better for them than Marcus Mariota. We'll just see what happens. I'm very, very impressed with Lamar Jackson, though. Extremely impressed with Lamar Jackson. Baltimore is a very, very serious team that has to be taken seriously. The one thing that Los Angeles Chargers cannot do, one weakness I see in them, is if you run the ball straight down their throat. You know what I'm saying? They have a defense that's built on speed and they can rush the passer and things of that nature. But when you pound it right down their throat, you run it straight down there, they can have some issues, and that's Baltimore's. That's their game plan. That's their cup of tea. That's their style of fighting. Styles make fights. It was beautiful. Lamar Jackson is growing and growing every week. He can't continue to play like this, but the more he continues to grow, the more dangerous the Baltimore Ravens begin to look. I did not see this because I thought he'll end up starting next year. I thought they was going to have a great defense this year and a shitty offense. As soon as they put in Lamar Jackson, that offense just went a whole different direction. It's going to a whole nother level. Big salute to Lamar Jackson. Big salute to the Baltimore Ravens, who I think will end up winning the division next week. But we'll get to that. Next, Cleveland over Cincinnati. Need I say more? Baker Mayfield is a problem. If you don't know, now you know. Tampa losing to Dallas as predicted. Jameis is a turnover machine. I'm still not convinced by the Dallas Cowboys moving forward. They have the talent to make it to the Super Bowl, to really make a run. But the problem is they just don't score enough. And I told y'all, Dak Prescott is going to be the reason y'all don't go there. I think they're going to get smoked in the first round. That's how I feel, Cowboys fans. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Minnesota over Detroit. Detroit's already packed it in, and Minnesota's still playing for something. If they can continue like this, they can be dangerous, very dangerous. This is a team that a lot of people, myself included, thought that would be like one of the top seeds in the playoffs. So, can they get this done on the road? On the road against good football teams, which they'll have to do in the playoffs. That's what they're going to have to prove to me. Let's see what they do next week. But so far, this new offensive coordinator, it's working. You got two good receivers, two good running backs, a damn good tight end. Rudolph had a great game, and what, an $84 million quarterback. I mean, offensively, you should be doing something to go along with one of the top-rated defenses. You should be a damn good football team. Indianapolis over my Giants. It was kind of scary, but I know my Giants defensively is just not good this year. Injuries of certain key players, and just overall, just not. They've gotten rid of some players, and they're just not really good. Colts defensively, they run defense looked very good. I mean, last 2 weeks from stopping Ezekiel, now stopping Saquon. Now next week they're gonna have to stop Derrick Henry. We'll talk about that furthermore. But Andrew Luck was Andrew Luck, particularly in the second half. The Colts gonna be a scary team as well. Because you already know Andrew Luck don't care about going in anybody's house and winning. He's been doing that since he was a rookie. Moving forward, Jaguars over Miami. Both teams are really looking to next year. Now, Miami, we all know Jacksonville is going to be looking for a quarterback. Now, Miami might end up looking for a quarterback because Ryan Tannehill. I've never been a big fan of Ryan Tannehill. He's just been one of those right below average NFL quarterbacks. He's gotten paid just because this is the standard that quarterbacks get paid to nowadays, even though he hasn't been really good. But it affects me as a Giant fan, the Dolphins being in the quarterback market, because then the Giants, I think, will be amongst the teams looking at Nick Foles. So there's another team looking at Nick Foles, who I know will have some money if they get rid of Tannehill. And Miami's a very beautiful destination. Who wouldn't want to be in Miami? So, but there's something about Miami that even when they accumulate talent, quarterback, and they could have had Drew Brees. Mind you, people forget about it. They could have had Drew Brees. So if they ever get the quarterback situation taken care of, New England over Buffalo, because New England just in the AFC East, he's going against teams who always got quarterback situation up in the air, and Tom Brady's one of the best to ever do it, if not the best. New England, I did not pick them to go to the Super Bowl, so none of this is surprising to me. I picked them to go out in the first round in their first playoff game. I did that preseason, so this is shocking y'all. This is not shocking me. They getting bounced in the playoffs. They ain't going away this year. Green Bay over the Jets. I could not see this season going without Aaron Rodgers not making his presence felt, not showing y'all why he's the best in the game. And he just showed that to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is a problem. I mean, he may not be the best teammate. He may be a jackass, but goddamn it, the motherfucker's a great quarterback. One of the best quarterbacks you will ever see. Aaron Rodgers is that. He's that motherfucker, man. Philly beating the Texans. Nick Foles magic as suspected, but also I just want to give a big shout out to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is something special. He's a special talent. He's a special young quarterback, and I want to see him in Houston do good. I don't know what's holding him back. I don't want to put it all on Bill O'Brien, but I think something is holding him back. But we're going to see what they do come playoffs, because they have a bunch of weapons around Deshaun Watson and the defense. But Nick Foles, I think the NFC East better hope the Philadelphia Eagles does not make the playoffs. That's just my opinion. They better hope they don't. Atlanta over Carolina. Carolina, they packed it in. Atlanta can still score offensively. Not surprised by that score. Rams over Arizona. I think something really good happened for the Rams. C.J. Anderson. First of all, they didn't play Todd Gurley. I'm really, really worried about Todd Gurley, and I'm worried because this is a guy who's had 2 ACL surgeries. Not 1, but 2, and now he has knee inflammation. 2 ACL surgeries. He looks like he had a hard time running. They're going to need C.J. Anderson, because we can see that offense without a running game, without play action. It sucks. How often can C.J. Anderson put forth that kind of performance? I don't know, and we're going to have to see. And they're going to need that. Because to the point where I don't think Jared Goff's a bad quarterback, but I don't trust him without a running game. Straight up. Chicago, San Francisco. Moving forward, I think Kyle Shanahan's got something really nice going over there. I think their defense is 1 year away from being a really, really good defense. But getting Garoppolo back next year is going to help. But moving forward, I think Chicago, that defense, they're my favorite defense in the NFL. They are, by far. And it's all about Mitchell Trubisky. If he could just play the way he played in that game, limit his mistakes, I think Chicago can do some things. Pittsburgh and New Orleans. Jesus fucking Christ. The Pittsburgh Steelers, once again, find a way to lose a football game. I'm not even going to harp too much on the Steelers, because the stupid ass... You run a fake punt on 4th and 5. On 4th and 5? 4th and 5? I want to talk about the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that the New Orleans Saints are unbeatable, even in the dome. And I'm saying that because what I'm noticing, I'm looking at them. Thankfully, they got Ted Ginn Jr. back. He's the speed guy. He can blow the top off for defense. But one thing no one's ever called Ted Ginn Jr. is a route runner. And the reason why I'm seeing so much pressure being applied to Drew Brees Drew Brees is the kind of quarterback, he drops back 3 steps, he gets rid of it. 5 steps, gets rid of it. 7 steps, gets rid of it. And he's consistently having to hold the football. Always having to hold it, having to hold it, having to hold it. Because their receivers aren't getting separation. They're just not. They're not getting separation. And I think that's going to end up being a problem for them. Now, they benefited from some calls. What makes them dangerous is not even playing their best game offensively. At home, they still scored 30 points. That's what makes them dangerous. But moving forward, I don't think they're unbeatable at home. It's just my opinion. I want to hear what y'all thoughts on that. But hear y'all thoughts on that. KC in Seattle. That was a great football game. I told y'all Patrick Mahomes is the MVP, but let's not forget how great Russell Wilson is. Russell Wilson is a problem. And Seattle, as of right now, they're going to play Dallas. I think they beat Dallas. That's just me. I mean, sorry to piss off you Cowboys fans, but I don't give a shit. I think Seattle's going to come in there and beat y'all. And Seattle's going to be a team to reckon with because they still have that kind of a quarterback. He's kind of like the Drew Brees of this era because he puts up great numbers and he's such a great quarterback, but he never gets real MVP consideration. Despite all the numbers he puts up, it's always somebody else. And Patrick Mahomes deserves the MVP this year. He's the MVP hands down in my opinion, but I just think their run defense, Kansas City's run defense, is going to cost them the reason why they don't go to the Super Bowl. Because we already know the Chargers aren't afraid of them. The Chargers aren't afraid of them. And I'd be afraid if they played Baltimore again. That's just me. But let me hear y'all thoughts. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. It's your boy, your urban sports guru, signing off. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Guru. Salute.